Hello everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly pick a card reading. Please subscribe if you like what I do, share with like-minded souls and give me a like if this is your cup of tea. I send lots of love and I hope you enjoy. Bye. Hello again everybody. So your choices today of crystal are Australian Agate, Charoite, Smokey Quartz and Kyanite. And the cards I have 4 decks of cards that I've cleared. This is the Witch's Tarot. And I will use them as I see fit. This is the Dilemma Tarot, the John Holland, the Psychic Tarot, and the Hanson Roberts. So I'll choose randomly. Okay, welcome back, group. One of the groups who chose Australian Agate. So pretty. Let me see what Tony Carmine Salerno says about it. Perception, strength, courage, and stamina. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, is presently being strengthened. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. The problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. All concerned will soon realize the truth of what you have already known for quite some time, that this particular person is simply not the person who they present themselves to be. So I'm not sure about that, if that's appropriate, but if I look at the Australian Agate, you know, this I've been working with Aurora Borealis in my artwork and thinking about it a lot, or trying to make it alive in my art. And this makes me think of that. So maybe something really mystical and magical. Yeah, I like that he mentioned strength, because I see strength here. What do you see in this card? You know, I think that's really important, what you might see. I see the combination of colors, the blues and the reds, you know, making me think of maybe the throat chakra and the base chakra. So let's see what comes up. But I think it would be nice for you. Oh, why am I think if we put the light on, and then might be clearer. Nope. Nope. Anyway, there you go. That's one. Let me see, what shall I use for you? Let me use the Witch's Tarot. Oops. Okay. That card wants to come out. 9 of Cups. You know, it talks about emotional fulfillment. There's something about that picture that looks a bit wistful, like somebody is longing for that. When I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, I'm happy, I've got all this, but maybe something's missing, kind of, when I look at it in this particular card. So perhaps you are longing for something that might not be present in your life, although you have a lot of so much in your life that does make you happy. So let's see what comes out. Rest of the cards. You get the Four of Coins in the reverse, holding on to stuff, not wanting to share, maybe perhaps because of fears. They're not flying out today. Let me do this. What wants to come out? Knight of Cups in reverse. Cups. Take them both. There. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. So you have, okay. I still get that feeling. You know, last week the Hanged Man came out. Often, I think. And it was so, and you've got that again. You might have got it last week as well. So there is, it feels like there's something you're still not willing to look at, if you did choose that in the past, that you're still not looking at something from a different perspective. You're not enjoying this time of hiatus. It's almost like you are in the space where things are neither here nor there, and you're spiritually, you are needing to do this, just chill, you know, like not have any expectations, just allow. But somehow I think you might not be allowing enough, or not allowing. I see this wistful look. The Nine of the Nines are lone cards often. And the Nine of Cups is this lone person with so much fulfillment. So you might have a very happy family life. You may have many people who love you with all those cups there. You have resources and abundance. And you're happy with that. I like that you're pouring yourself a little tipple there. But it's a bit lonely or alone. You're not completely lonely, but you might feel a little bit. And part of the difficulties, I think that you are waiting for something, but you did get that in the reverse, but you're not waiting really patiently, perhaps. And you get the Four of Coins, which I'm going to get clarifies as well. The Four of Coins is about, as you can see, this person is holding on very tightly to their treasures, their worldly possessions. I'm not sharing, and you will not come through this door except through me, you know. It's a bit of a tough stance there. So, you know, I get this feeling, and then maybe the Knight backs me up. You're kind of waiting for an offer, I think, for an emotional offer of love. I think that's the thing that's missing, or that you see as missing in your life, is this offer of love, a love relationship. But you're waiting for it, but it's almost like you can't see it, or you're refusing to see that it is there. It's interesting. And okay, I spoke about the Hanged Man. Yeah, with the Six of Coins and the King of Swords here, perhaps you feel like an offer hasn't been made sincerely. There's something about an offer that you are not seeing as honest. And perhaps, okay, I think perhaps it's related to your not wanting to, perhaps you don't want to give up your freedom. Perhaps you're used to being the caller of shots. Let me get clarifiers and see what comes out, because that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm going to use my little babies. Use them last time. I will try to make sure that you can see them. Wow, I'm going to put them here. And you get the High Priestess in reverse. Again, something to do with you are not feeling very in touch with your intuition. Then you have, the, well, 2 major arcana so far. 2 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Passion, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, and 6 of Swords. Okay. And figure out what's going on for you, beloveds, who I feel are dealing with some kind of maybe integration of something. That's what's coming to me now. Here, I need to put that so you can see it. That's better. Okay, so with the 9 of Cups, this feeling of something not satisfying, like you have everything, but there's something missing. And I think you are not seeing that because you are somehow not being in touch with the wisdom within you. Perhaps you are overindulging in something. It could be food, it could be wine or pleasures, right? I'm not judging. Like sometimes we need it, but I mean, who's to say what overindulging is? But for you, you might be participating in behaviors that are not working for you spiritually, or perhaps over doing a little bit too much of something, and it might be getting in the way of your intuition. So think about that. Okay. With the 4 of Pentacles, you're holding back on something, and yet there's this feeling that you want to move forward swiftly with the Chariot here. I wonder. So like, it's kind of you're blocking off this movement forward yourself, you know? And perhaps that's related to this not being willing to see things from a different perspective, or in this case, I think you're just not letting go. You know, perhaps you want clarity, and you want clarity now with the Ace of Wands, Swords there. And then with this with the Knight of Cups, perhaps you are, okay, what I think is you're getting the offers that have come to you, or the offer that you have come to you doesn't feel good enough to you. So it feels like you have had an offer of emotional stability, but you haven't felt it's good enough. And so perhaps because there might be distance between you and that person, and it could be physical or actual distance, or you know, metaphorical. It could be literal or metaphorical distance. So the distance could be you being in different countries, or it could be something else, like different beliefs, that you feel like your beliefs are so distant from each other that there's no space in between where you can actually meet each other. So that's what I'm getting from that. So to me, there seems to be some offer there, but you can see it, but it doesn't feel good enough for some reason. I'm going to come back to that with this, especially this Chariot. I'm not sure what he wants there. Okay. And then, and then the 6 of Coins. You know, the 6 of Coins is about equal give and take, but it can also point to power and especially in the reverse, there could be some kind of power imbalance. And perhaps you're the one that has the power. Perhaps the distance between you and this other is financial. You know, perhaps you have financial power and they don't. Or it could be vice versa, but from what I've seen, I think you might be the one that has the financial power. And so, of course, you would be reluctant. I guess what might come in there is reluctance, as well as a fear of being taken for a ride kind of thing. But you need to look at that. And with the Queen of Wands here, you know, the Queen of Wands can be, in the upright, the Queen of Wands can be very loyal, very passionate, determined, full of energy. And in the reverse, just a lack of willingness to move forward on something. It's really odd because you have the Chariot there, which implies wanting to move forward. And then you have the Queen of Wands, quite stagnant. You have the Hanged Man, also implying a need to be stagnant, to sit back, but your lack of willingness to do that. It's like, I want clarity now, you know? And then you have here the King of Swords, who's the no bullshit king, the most noble. Well, I think the King of Coins as well. But the King of Swords is very honest and direct. And there's the suggestion of moving forward from a place of choppiness, or a place that's unclear or murky, to a place of more clarity. And with the King of Swords there, that makes sense, right? So this could be you that becomes clearer, that's becoming clearer about what you want, and then moving yourself to this space of more peacefulness. Although I don't feel that there's a lot of dis-ease here. So, okay, I'm going to look at these, right, together. The King of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So, it feels to me there are either two people in your life. The one is quite emotional and useful, immature perhaps, and the other is much more certain and able to offer something clear and honest. Now, it could be the same person, in fact. Perhaps on the surface, this person is seeming to be wishy-washy and not good enough, but beneath the surface, the person has all these qualities of an honest and good King of Swords. But because you want things to appear in a certain way, you might not see that. You might not be able to see the qualities. I still feel that there's this distance thing between you, and maybe that's also the thing that's getting in the way. And then I see this, you do see the King of Swords as if there are two people, you see this person as the one that can move you from maybe that state to a more joyful state. That's what I'm seeing as your picture. Now, let us see. Perhaps there'll be more clarity with this. I hope. Let me know if that rings true for you. Hey, it's quite an, I don't know why, it's quite an unexpected reading for me. And I was going to talk a little bit more about the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels very dilemma-y for you. And if you look at this agate again, it's like two very different contrast in colors there, and even the contrast there, speaking truth. You know, okay, I'm going to think about this, right? Like I said, base chakra and throat chakra, although that could be throat and intuition again, like your high priestess. So perhaps there's this, perhaps you are concerned about your finances, right? And someone who wants to come forward doesn't have that which you feel is good enough for you. And I think you need to think about that. Why you feel that person is not good enough or not right for you. There's very little, you know, it's so strange. This feels like a love reading. It really does feel like a love reading. It's quite possible it's not, but it does feel like a love reading to me. But yet, it's not a, there's only one cup there. So it's almost like you're trying to make a decision about love from the head and not the heart. There you go again. Not even from the head. You're making it from you know, sometimes we do need to be in our heads about things. We do need to make clinical decisions. I'm not too sure about with love, really. But you have the devil here. And, you know, I'm actually seeing the devil. Normally, I see the devil upright as a good thing. But right now, I'm seeing the devil. Wow. So I'm going to hazard a guess that you who are watching this are Capricorn or very much an earth sign. Quite likely a Capricorn or dealing with a Capricorn, but more likely a Capricorn, right? And you are trying to make a decision about something that you, I think, should be using your heart, not just your heart, your intuition. Now, for me, the High Priestess, you can't really see nicely here with this. The camera's just not for me. That's better, actually. So the High Priestess, yeah, for me, the High Priestess is, wow, it's so much more than intuition, so much more than logic. It's like the High Priestess combines both in the most perfect, powerful combination, you know, and you have the High Priestess in the reverse there. So it feels to me like you're trying to make an emotional decision simply based on money, on tangible things. You're not seeing the underlying. There's something I feel to do with addiction that's going on. It's either you or someone else. Now, what I'd like to say about addiction, or what I can offer here, the addiction could perhaps be on the surface of things completely unrelated to this love relationship. But if you are the one that's needing to heal an addiction, I think that you are being called to do that right now. And that in healing that addiction, something in yourself opens up. So, beloved, it could be that you need to seek help with that addiction. Or maybe that's just a little bit of excess. It might not even be addiction. It might be overeating or eating the wrong foods. It might be having wine too often. And by too often, I don't mean there's no judgment. It's simply too often for you, for what you are trying to achieve spiritually. That is getting in the way, even if it's not spiritually. It could be metaphysically. It could be whatever this journey is on, that brings you to the tarot, right? So there's some kind of addiction. It could be addictive thinking that is getting in the way of you moving forward. Not forever, just for right now. There's something that is blocking that you need to confront. That's what I think. And it's blocking you. It might not even appear related, but you know, when we can give up a behavior that works against us, that hurts us, it can be really freeing. And it might just seem to free us in that realm, but actually it affects the others. So it could say, you might think overeating might be just a physical thing, but actually it frees your psyche, it frees your spiritual self, it frees your body, your mind, you know? So there's something that I see there that you need to confront, beloveds, and it's not always easy. So seek help if you need to seek help, please, because this is kind of blocking your spiritual journey and your ability to access your inner wisdom, your high priestess. Now, the addiction could be to finances, right? To working hard, could be overwork. It could be that you are so concerned. I see these 3 cards in a row, holding on to your resources, not wanting to share. Having some kind of hard belief about giving and taking. I think mismatched partners. Okay, here's an example. For so long, women have been, the majority of women, not, everything depends on the place and other factors, right? But for so long, women were thought to be meant to be in the kitchen, right? Looking after children. Men brought home the dough in typical, in normative relationships. And I imagine even in non-normative relationships, some partners took on the more feminine, what was accepted as the feminine role, and others took on the more masculine role, right, of bringing in the dough kind of thing. Now, in that system, one of the problems with that system is the work of the feminine in this case was so undervalued, because we live in a world that values finances, values what money can bring in. And we obviously need to change that. And likewise, I think there's some place where you, without even realizing, might see things in very clear-cut ways. You might be quite traditional in your way of thinking, even if you appear not to be. So how that would play out is that if you are this, perhaps you've come out of a relationship where you were the breadwinner and the other person wasn't. And now you don't want to go into a similar situation where you are the only one bringing in the bread, and you've met someone who is not capable of bringing in as much as you. Now, the point, in my roundabout way, the point I want to make is we need to learn to value things in different ways. For example, those people who look after the household put themselves, their careers in the back burner so often for the person who brings in. And why does society value the one more than the other when the other one is bringing up children, possibly keeping the home clean, keeping things functioning, does all the cooking, etc. It's just as valuable as that financial resource. And that's the thing we do need to start changing the way we see those things. And perhaps you need to think about the other values that someone else might bring into your relationship. They might be passionate, artistic, straightforward, very honest, offer you stability, support you so much that, you might be a hard worker, go out, come back, and feel very tired. And this person might be able to offer you intellectual stimulation, as in the King of Swords, a warm meal to come back to, a foot rub, gentleness, which the Knight of Cups would bring, a kind heart, so much else. So I think your lesson, dear hearts, well, 2 things. I think that you need to look at what this addictive behavior might be, and honestly, I'm always inclined to see the devil in the upright in a positive light, and I'm not seeing that today. So I think there's something about you really looking at your behavior, at some behavior, and it could very much be related to the way you see the world in traditional ways, or it could be another behavior that's getting in the way of you using your intuition. So that's your big task. And the other, it might be part of the same task, it might be separate, is to relook at relationships, at how you see relationships and how you place value on relationships. And I think that you might be so used to placing, like, not just financial, but you have scales. You have scales. And this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. And you have quite traditional way of looking at relationships. And I think that you need to start looking at that in a different way. And I think that's where the Hanged Man comes in, that you need to just do some reflection over the week ahead so that you can gain this clarity and get in touch with your high priestess more. Okay, so I think that you need, just a little bit of reflection there. And I think that's it. Yeah, I hope that helps. Beautiful Australian agate group. And you can also use this card. You know, there's power in just looking at something and seeing what it brings up for you. But I think that your work is clear. And I hope that helps. Beloveds, please give me your feedback. And if this works for you, give me a like, share with other people, subscribe if you haven't. And give me feedback. I'd love to get more feedback on my YouTube channel, get people interacting with me. Yeah, I think that's it. Have a wonderful week ahead, Australian Agate Group. And I'll chat with you again soon, midweek. Bye. Charoite Group, welcome back. I love this actually. And I'm seeing again in this one, heart chakra and heart. I'm seeing heart, throat, and third eye. So perhaps, let's see, perhaps you're dealing with heart stuff. Let's see what Tony Carmine Salerno's is. Okay. Acceptance, generosity, clarity, and inner wisdom, inner vision. So there's the other eye, third eye. Charoite is a highly spiritual crystal that helps awaken higher wisdom. You're being asked to accept the current events and bring your focus within. All will become clear through meditation. This is a time for reflection and contemplation, a time to allow your inner wisdom to guide you. You will realize that sorry about that. You will realize that there is nothing you need to change and that all is as it should be. Trust. Even though the current flow of events are confusing, there is a divine order to the madness. It is only through love and acceptance that the divine order can be seen. You will be touched by someone's generosity in the next few days. I'm not sure about that because, I'm not here to predict anything, but the thing I do see is that psychic, being in touch with your third eye. Let's see what, I'm going to use the Jonathan deck here. See what we get. Saw the magician people there. Caroline. Oopsie. Oh, and then you get the throat chakra coming out again. So you get conflict and despair. So immediately I'm seeing that, oh wow, you need to be speaking out about something or gaining clarity on something. Okay. So we have the throat chakra and the 5 of Swords. it feels like some dark place or something not working out as you expected. I'm going to get clarity on that. And at the same time, it feels like you are finding it hard to go within, beloveds, to just find that restful space. And I understand that sometimes when we are feeling so much pain or conflict, it's really difficult to still ourselves. But it's so necessary, especially then, hey. So let's see what comes out. Okay. So I'm getting, that's the Lovers card. So it's possible that something related to love is not working out. And with the Awakening card here, or the Judgment card, the throat chakra is also about speaking truth or being clear about truth, even your own truth. So there's something unclear here. Here. And it's causing this feeling of conflict and defeat. There's another 5 here. 5s can be about turmoil maybe, but also about change. Perhaps the change, the turmoil before change. We've got 3 5s actually. So maybe there's some big changes. You know, this could be related to finances, given that you've got the material and financial and material changes card here. This is the 5 of coins, and it does suggest a feeling of being outside of things, you know. And you have here mental conflicts. This feels like a heavy group, that something heavy is going on, you know. I do believe that often it's and this has come up a lot lately. I've seen it in someone posting about, the wound is where the light enters, that it's often through or hardships that we become enlightened, or we seek truth, or we bring about our own transformation. So it feels like there's something like that going on here. And I'm going to draw. Let me use my little card. Oops. So a few fell out here. Oops. So the King of the 9 of Cups came up, and this came up in the previous group. So it feels to me like you're hankering after that, what you perceive, the Fool in reverse, the Devil in the upright, 5 of Cups, another 5, the Page of Coins, the Moon. In fact, this is not the Moon, but it made me think of the Moon, so it's just an extra card. But I keep those extra cards in there because I have my own interpretation. Okay. So, throat chakra, it feels like there's something not spoken. You know what? I think that you have certain beliefs about what a success is, what satisfaction looks like, and success. And I think you need to confront that. And perhaps it's tied in with a relationship, a harmonious relationship. Perhaps you've had expectations of a relationship and actually it hasn't worked out the way you expected it to work out. And so you're mourning at the moment. You're looking at the 3 cups. You can't even see other possibilities, and that's fine, because I think that you need to go through this period of mourning. And here with the with the conflict and defeat and this Fool card, new beginning, wanting a new beginning, wanting to take a leap of faith. But I don't even think it's time for taking leaps of faith, right? the Fool card, because there's so much that's unclear here, right? It feels like you are not even able to judge things with clarity, because even that, because you're not able to go in, you're feeling very unclear about things, right? But you're really wanting this new beginning. Page of Coins there, and the Fool. So this feels like some partnership hasn't worked out, and it might be affecting you financially. And you've got this card that's looking like the moon, and to me there's something really unclear and murky happening at the moment. The Devil's come up again. I think you had Rest and Rejuvenation, whichever way is fine. I can't remember, but that's okay. The Devil is feeling negative to me at the moment. It's I'm seeing it in its negative, the negative connotation of it. In both readings I've seen it. The Devil is like the opposite of the Lovers. It's a 6, and the Lovers is a 6. And with the Lovers in its positive aspect, there's harmony, and with the Lovers in the negative aspect, there's feeling trapped. So I think that's what the Devil is talking about. Something in a relationship that was a trap, or felt like a trap. It's heavy energy here. Heavy energy. And with this mental conflict, it's like you're still not sure. Should I be working on this? Should I be putting effort into this relationship, even if it's a work partnership or not? And to me, it feels so heavy. All of this feels very heavy. So let's see. Now the last 3 cards are generally my advice, the way forward, but sometimes they are clarity. They're more clarity than advice. Let's see. Let me see if there's something that I'm not getting here. Let me see what comes up. Oh, wow. Goodness. This came out in the last reading as well. So, to me, what this is suggesting is, this is the same card, Judgment. It's a Judgment card. I think that you need to be reclaiming your power. Something here can be changed. Change. Even though it's conflictual, it feels like something here can be changed. Because you have the Magician, you have the Judgment card, which is about a rebirth, and then you have this card, the 8 of Coins, which talks about hard work, working diligently at something. So perhaps something needs a little bit of effort. With the Magician here, to me, it's saying you can do anything you choose. You need to first acknowledge your power. This, to me, is quite deep. It's saying going inside and being in touch with your third eye, working with the third eye, right? And your heart, almost high priestess type energy. But you're feeling powerless, yet you have all the power. You can choose cups, coins, rods, wands, and swords. It's up to you. You can have all, right? So I think that you need to be getting in touch with your power, and your power lies with going within. going within, which then helps you do a proper assessment of things, a fair assessment of things, so that you can then, drawing on your inner power, make decisions. Now, I'm going to look at the positive aspect of the devil. The devil card can be also very powerful if going within helps you confront your shadows. And if you think about the devil with the judgment card, it's that confronting of those things that don't serve you, or those things that you see as bad that might not be, but it's doing an honest assessment of that. And the devil can be a trap, or the devil can actually be, you can use the devil. To me, the devil is quite mystical, you know, because it's like an intangible thing. It's like, what are the shadows? Are the shadows good or bad? But that's what's lovely about the shadows. They help you really do that introspection, and really do excavation. I use that word a lot, but that's, for me, what the devil helps us do. And there with the judgment card, perhaps you need to be doing some going in and looking at those things that terrify you, and turn them on their head and take back your power as the magician, and see that you have the power to make whatever change you need to make here, whether it's walking away from something that doesn't serve you, or, you know, you're doing a fair assessment helps you see if those 3 cups that spilled were simply part of the process of healing a relationship, and the 2 cups are still standing. That means the 2 loves, the two of cups, the lovers, are still worth working for, because something spilled, something happened, but it's not the end of the world. It was either a mistake, it was a lesson, it was something that needed to happen, you know, whatever it is. But you then are the one that makes it, the choice. You are the one that has the choice. You are the one that has the power, just like the other person has. But this is about you. You need to take your power back. And I'm looking at the power. I think that the power is also about being honest with yourself, first and foremost, and then speaking your truth. Truth comes in, that conflict and defeat. Perhaps you're also walking away from that. You're starting a new beginning here. But there's something, okay, the moon, I think these 3 cards are very powerful in your week ahead. Confronting fear, confronting the shadows, working with the moon, working with the devil to confront those shadows, confront where you're afraid, confront your possible addictions, your maybe where you might be dogmatic about stuff. Just confront that, and then do it in a more of an assessment kind of way. Confront the relationship. It doesn't have to be verbal confrontation within yourself. Do a fair assessment of what's been going on here, through going within, through doing that inner seeking, right? Doing that inner seeking, taking 20 minutes a day to just go within and be silent, you know, that for me is opening up your third eye so that you can draw on your own inner wisdom, because the possibilities there are then for you to be able to take back your power, and taking back your power, being able to, or with all this process, finding your inner truth, taking back your power, and then being able to speak whatever needs to be spoken and bring about clarity in this relationship. Whether it's a lovership, I think it is a lovership, and allowing for a rebirth, because you have now gone through this process. So the rebirth, the judgment card, is about doing the assessment, but it's also about taking the power so that you can move the relationship forward, or in whatever way, forward together, forward apart, on your own, with another. I think you have much more power than you think, and you need to you need to do this work, which is implied by that, right? Do this inner work. 1, 2, 3, so that you can take this power back and do what's right for you. Okay. I think that's it. I think I must leave it there. Okay, group 2, Charoite group. I hope that helps. Please, if this does help, please give me feedback on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your comments and your likes and your subscribes and sharing with other people who might benefit from this. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's what I see, and that's your work for the week ahead. Okay, group 2, lots of luck to you. I hope this helps. Chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, Smokey Quartz group. Smokey Quartz again is that powerful clearer, I think. Clears and cleanses and dispels negativity. I'm going to leave it there. It came out last week. So you might want to choose it again, or you might not. Immediately the Knight of Wands comes out. 5 of Cups. Letting go of stuff. 3 of Swords. Hard stuff. There's been pain here, maybe caused by a person who's unsettled or not yet settled themselves to come in and out. But that doesn't make them a bad thing. They simply perhaps still needing to grow a bit. That's not your problem, right? Not your problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Let's see what else comes out. The energies here. Okay, feeling trapped, maybe because of this Knight of Wands, who brings in a little bit of chaos, maybe. But you're not trapped. You are feeling trapped, but you are not trapped, beloved. Trust me, you aren't. Perhaps you need to do some clearing with the Smokey Quartz. You could do stuff like like sage. You could burn sage. You could clear clothes and give clothes away. That's another way of clearing up your space. You could do simple things like chants and like affirmations, and clearing up my space. My space is free, But there's something about this energy that's making you feel trapped, but you aren't. And there again, no judgment. You are feeling that way. You are feeling that way. Feelings just are feelings. There's a crying over spilt milk feeling here. Perhaps you are coming out of this, but I'm suspecting not yet. That it feels, the energy really feels somebody hurt you badly. I think it's this Knight of Wands because of their own insecurities and in and out type of energy. But you can see that you're facing the spilt cups and not the upright cups. Now, the upright cups could be another partner in your life. It could be other people, and it could be the 2 of Cups within yourself, your own masculine and feminine energy that you can draw on, that you need to find balance with. With the 3 of Swords there, it feels like this pain is starting to subside, but you're still feeling very trapped by that. You have the Ace of Swords, and I get this. I get why you might be feeling still held up in this thing, because nothing is clear. I always feel like it's rather the truth, even if the truth is really painful, rather know it than be, oh, is it, isn't, in that state of is it, isn't it. But But you get this feeling that something's just not right. And that murky feeling, I believe, is a horrible place to be in. And that's what I feel is going on for you. And because of that, you're feeling very unlike your normal Queen of Wands. You're feeling maybe apathetic, like feeling like lackluster, or maybe even more than that. I think there's been a lot of pain here, but it's making me feel uncreative, maybe a little depressed. Let me draw here. Wonderful cards. You've got the Tower. You've got the Queen of Cups. You've got the King of Swords. Somebody lied, I think. Oh, you've got your swords again, but you've got it in the reverse, so healing is happening now. You've got the Queen of Coins. You might be a Queen of Coins. Wow. Lots of heavy energy, right? So with this person, this thing that happened, this energy that came and disrupted you, it disrupted you because you need to let something fall. Something needs to come down. You're having a Tower moment, and that's okay. This person has helped bring about that Tower moment. Perhaps you accepted something for so long, and now Spirit has come along and is helping you by making the Tower fall. Perhaps you've been working so hard keeping this Tower up, trying to convince yourself that it's the right thing, but actually it needs to fall. The Tower is about something that was built on a shaky foundation, and now the lightning strikes, all hell breaks loose, and that structure just falls, so that you can build on a new foundation. It's not for nothing, you know. And I can see here there's lots of sensitivity. The Queen of Cups is feeling quite sensitive. So there's three queens here. There's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Coins, and the Queen of Cups. It could be that this Knight of Wands was a player and involved with three people. And on the other hand, the three queens could represent you. I'm feeling a lot of sensitivity here. Okay. It might be three people involved. And someone was behaving like the King of Swords in reverse, the opposite of honesty and truth. So somebody has been a sneak and caused a lot of heartache because of that. They're actually being trapped in the Three of Swords. And caused heartache to all three people. I'm not sure which is you, or it could be, look, it feels like there was deception. So with the Queen of Cups in the upright, even here, so let's assume this person, this Knight of Wands, who is also the King of Swords, was deceptive. Maybe was involved with three people and is currently with one, perhaps married to one and been having affairs with the other. Even that is like, what kind of solace is that, you know? I guess. Anyway, there's been deception and there's been a lack of truth and there's been a lot of murkiness. But you've got these two powerful cards here, the Tower and Death. So something is over. Something has come to an end. That's what it feels like to me. And I think that you just have to accept that, and that's the way it is, and that's a good thing, because honestly, we don't need to be in situations that hurt us, right? doesn't matter whether you're the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Wands. I mean, the deception even could have been financial, but like you are feeling like bereft and alone and like you have nothing. Let's see what these cards are. Can you believe it? You have the Five of Cups repeating and the Eight of Swords repeating. And you have the Four of Swords here. Wow. So, you know what I think? I think for the week ahead, you just confront your pain. That's it. You heal. That's what I feel. You do your clearing with the Smokey Quartz there, and you do your healing. And your healing involves you starting to see that you're not trapped. And it involves, you know, this Four of Cups showed up earlier, and it's there again. It's like, yeah. Wow. I think that Spirit is offering you a way out. Somehow you're being offered a way out through the situation. You know, the crumbling tower is your chance to walk away. That's what I feel. I think that you are going to need to find your own inner strength. That Two of Cups there. You're gonna have to, for your week ahead, you're going to look at those three cups. Look at them by all means. Acknowledge them for what they are. But then perhaps in the following week, maybe, you'll be able to start looking at the Two of Cups that reside within you. That masculine, that balanced masculine, feminine energy within you that can call on the yin yang within you, your ability to be out there and inside, your ability to act and be, your own inner resources, your divine masculine. No, it's very helpful to think about it in terms of the divine masculine and feminine, because we associate certain qualities with masculinity and certain with femininity. And there are a whole lot of variations in between. So I think that that's when you're ready, you can look towards those two cups and see that within yourself. But I think for the week ahead, beloved, you need to allow that tower to fall, because it's a blessing in disguise. It might seem very painful, but you need to allow that tower to fall and see how you have been trapping yourself. The Eight of Swords is about a person feeling trapped, but their bonds are not tight. They aren't really trapped at all. They can walk through those swords, walk out. Those bonds are not tight, you know, that they have freedom, but they think they don't have freedom. Perhaps you've been tied up in this tower for so long, and now is your chance to free yourself. And your freedom is in realizing you don't have to focus on the Three of Cups. So I'm suggesting, look at the Three of Cups, but look at them for what they are. Don't cry. Well, if you need to cry, cry. But I think that you need to accept that something is over, something served its purpose, and now you need to mourn, but don't stay stuck in your mourning. You now have freedom to move on. And I think that your way to that is through meditation, retreat, withdraw. That's what I think you need to be doing for the week ahead, withdrawing, taking time out to be quiet for at least 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes. It's just sitting still, sitting out in nature, doing some clearing work if you want to, affirmations or even sage, or even giving away old clothes. If it's this partner, getting rid of their clothes or gifts that they gave to you, you know, if you're ready to move on. But that's what I'm seeing, beloveds. You know in your heart what's right. And if this has resonated for you, please give me a like. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share with others. Yeah, and I hope this helps you. Okay. Thank you. And I'll chat with you again soon. Lots of love to you. Bye. Welcome back, Kyanite group. I will read from the book. Kyanite are believed to be very much about communication, but also about spiritual guidance. You know, I feel that's a very deeply spiritual, maybe even third eye type card. I love Kyanite, by the way. Let me see what Tony Carmine Selena says. Kyanite. Intuition, ideas, dreams. Pay attention to your intuition and to your dreams over the coming days, for you are being guided towards deeper spiritual understanding and insight through this process, much of which occurs on a subconscious level or in your dream state. A rather ingenious idea will surface that will radically change your views on life, particularly your career. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Let's see. I do think that Kyanite is that deeply connected. So keep that in mind about, you know, being aware of your dreams. You have the Chariot in reverse, so maybe there's a feeling of being stuck. Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I was disturbed by a call. Okay, move on. And King of Wands in reverse. So, got the Knight of Wands in the upright and the King of Wands in reverse. So, someone's choosing to be more of this energy than this energy, although they have potential to be that energy. I'm not sure who it is. So, you have the Chariot in reverse, which tells me you're dying to move ahead with something, but you're feeling stuck. On the other hand, you have this Knight of Wands rearing to go. Very similar, like group one also had that in and out kind of energy, or not in and out, but like double-sided energy, wanting to move forward but feeling stuck. And I think they also have the Magician, but you also have the Magician here, which suggests a lot of power to create, to change your situation, whatever it is right now. Right, so let's think about this. And I'm going to get clarifying as well. So the karma, this is the Judgment card. And Judgment is, well, it's about a rebirth, but making like reevaluation and making decisions. So you've got the Nine of Cups. No, the Seven of Cups, which is about choices. Oh my goodness, people. You have the Magician twice. So there's something. Sorry about that. So let me get more clarifiers. The Page of Swords in reverse. Two of Cups in the upright. And Page of Wands. A new beginning later. Oh, lots of Wands energy. Well, 3 Wands court cards, which suggest it could be you. You might be a fire sign, or perhaps you're dealing with a fire sign. What am I getting here? Okay, what I am getting is that you have a lot of power right now, and you don't even realize it. Power to manifest something that you've been wanting to manifest. Something you've walked away from. And you feel it's worthless. You've walked away from it. You've walked away from it because you didn't feel it was serving you any good. Good on you for doing that. It could have been with the Knight of Wands, who was in dreamland, taking too long to make decisions or choosing everything instead of one thing, greedy or just like immature. But they didn't realize they were messing with the Magician. Sorry. Which doesn't make them all bad, right? But with the Judgment card, something is being reborn. But it might still not be clear because perhaps this person is still, it could be you that's not clear now. So perhaps someone wants to come back into your life, but you are not sure any longer. You are no longer sure. And well, there you go. It's about love. It's about a partnership. And I think that your answer lies in going within. I think that you need to be meditating. This is a very interesting depiction of the Four of Swords. She looks very aggressive or almost assertive, whereas the Four of Swords is a very withdrawn energy. It's an energy of withdrawing, right? And King of Wands here. So, perhaps there will be a rebirth of the King of Wands. So this person might have matured and is now the king, but they're feeling toppled and might return with an offer that is more genuine and innocent, but not immature. It will be more kingly, but a more humbled king. That's what I see. I don't know if that makes sense. This could be a work relationship. But honestly, I feel that you have so much power in this particular situation to have what it is you want, to make something happen, to create something. It's not even to create, it's to bring down to earth, to make something, bring something into the physical that is out in the ether. It almost feels like something that spirit or higher self wants for you, or is meant for you, almost. I don't know about things being meant for, but something that is there for you that you can manifest right now, that you have the power to manifest right now. Not just because you have the power, but because you have worked for that. You have worked yourself into this magician position. Let me get through. Oh, I think that this might be a divine past life relationship that you're working with that requires dedication. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards back, but these are what have come out. And this one. Working against oneself. So let's see if they mark them. They all flew out. This is like building something together with spirit. You know, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing here. This might be something divine. Could be a project. Could be a partnership that's work related. But it's definitely something like past life kind of soulmate type energy. And you know, soulmates can also be, I think, oh wow, okay. So you have the Six of Cups, that soulmate type energy, something that's worth working for because you're working with the divine to me, that's the two partners and the divine. If it's a project, or if it's a relationship, if it's a work partnership, it's divinely guided. That's what it feels like. And it has potential for something really beautiful. That's what I see. But in terms of your work, this is a very pleasant reading in a way. In fact, very pleasant. You know, something didn't work out. It taught someone a lesson. Someone learned. It could even be you. But I think that you are indicated by the magician, and you need to know that you have this power to manifest something really, really powerful. And you need to own that power, and you need to use that power wisely. But most importantly, own that power. So in fact, what I would suggest for you is you just work with the magician over the week ahead. Just work with the magician. You know, you've got Kyanite here, which also suggests that spiritual inner vision. So work with your inner vision, your dreams, and work with the power of the magician. Even if you just go in there and play with this power of the magician. Experiment with it in your visualizations, in your meditation, and then just see where that leads you, because wow, this is not something to be missed. I think play with this, harness that energy. Okay, beloveds, I'm going to leave you on that very happy note, and you go and play with your magician. That's the lovely advice that I have for you the week ahead.